Oh, my name's Joe. About 5 years ago, was pulled over in Round Rock. Uh, Me and two of my brother and another friend of ours, and we get pulled over, of course, inside the road off 79. And the officer walks up, has us get out the car. We all get off, and he's just being kind of rude, a little cussing around here and there. Whatever, I don't care about cuss words, but my brother says, "Excuse me, sir, I don't think you're supposed to be talking to us in that way, especially, coming from an officer." And he says, goes to my brother, just flips a little piece of paper at him. He says, "Sir, young man, don't jerk me off. My wife does it every night." So we say, "Sir, that's pretty fucked up." So, at the same time, even though it's funny, it's still, you shouldn't be saying that, especially if you're an officer. And we all got arrested for, I was released like about an hour later. We were arrested for misconduct of some sort. All charges were dropped later on, but
So
I didn't feel like I should follow it. I mean, it was stupid, and they dropped everything. I guess the officer wanted to mess with us. But him talking that way and us responding to him, in a decent manner. So you shouldn't talk to us that way. Told us to go, not to jerk him off.
and so you guys were arrested. Did you guys actually get booked? Did you get
No, I was really. Me and my brother were released later on. My friend had a warrant for a traffic ticket here in Austin. He was kept, but we weren't even booked. We were just detained.
Okay.
And,
So you had your freedom taken away momentarily.
Momentarily, yes,
Yeah.
momentarily. The reason was to make sure that we didn't have any outstanding warrants. Not that, he didn't find anything on us, we didn't have anything. I could understand why he found something from our friend, but not us.
Well, he had no reason to detain you,
Oh,
right?
no. Questioning and just to reassure that we didn't have any warrants.
So your real crime was contempt of cop,
Yeah.
right?
So, I don't see how that, he wasn't even close to contempt. We just asked him not to speak to us that way.
Right.
Yeah. And it was in a decent manner.
Okay.
So, I think that was pretty much it. And I guess, there's another story. I was 16 years old. My dad was involved in a, situation outside our house, the neighbor. Cops were called out, both of them, my dad and the other guy were arrested. As we're questioning the officer on why my dad's being taken to jail, he tells us just be quiet, step back. And of course we did, and then for some reason they started handcuffing my mom. And when I stepped forward to say something, just took 3 steps forward, said, "Excuse me, officer." Another officer grabbed my hand, twisted my arm, and slammed me into the car. Another officer walks up and sprays me with mace. Because he said he seemed like I was going for the cop's gun. The cop is over here, and I took steps this way. He said it seemed like I was reaching for the weapon, so that's why I was twisted and sprayed. Again, charges with nothing was no charges were placed, but I wasn't charged with anything. Just detained and then released, a juvenile. So that was from APD, and I've heard other stories, but
Do you feel safer when you see a cop around?
of course you're always gonna feel safe, but then it always comes down to how that cop's gonna act when he steps out that car. Ultimately it's gonna, for example, Officer Padron, officer was just recently killed.
Yeah.
I was arrested for him. That's the reason I'm here, right? For some accident tickets, got off. Didn't even bother towing my car. He was okay in that aspect, and he was very respectful.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, we gotta take you in. A few months before that, I got pulled over, got a ticket. The officer was just rude. Your light's out. You should have fixed it. You knew it was out. Don't tell me you didn't know. Just rude. So officers nowadays, and it's funny because I make this joke every day. Oh, careful! There goes a cop. There goes Austin police. They'll shoot you. And like I said, it's not every cop, but a lot of them do misuse their power and abuse it, pretty much so. Those are 2 stories I got.
Well, thanks for sharing your story.
My second one as a teenager. I could kind of understand why they thought that, because there was a lot of confusion going on. But still, they should have watched themselves, especially with a kid. And then this officer in Round Rock, pretty lewd in his comments,
Yeah.
And just to get your story straight, on the second one, they maced you after they had already grabbed your arm and...
Yeah, they grabbed me. I was placed against the car, and another officer walked up and just sprayed me.
After they had already grabbed you and everything.
Put me against the car.
So you weren't a threat?
Yeah, no, not at all. 3 blocks down. I'm trying to remember his name. I remember his name for so many years. I got pulled over. It was the corner of St. John's. It was the same night as we pulled away. We stopped at the corner of St. John's and I-35 at Exxon Station in front of Mechanico. He pulls me out. He changes my handcuffs from the back to the front. And as he's doing it, he just pulls me out, yanks me around, and he says, "You're lucky you didn't get your ass beat for making moves like that." And then throws me back in the car and takes me to juvenile. At the time, I mean, I was more concerned about my mom, so I didn't care about anything else. And really, you know, my mom was arrested that night too. For what reasons? We don't know. She was released later on that night. Like I said, I understand there was confusion going on outside of that house, you know, but nobody really made an effort to actually calm things down, to try and figure out who's involved in what, and, you know, go from there. These guys just started grabbing people, taking people to jail.
Yeah. Confusion's not an excuse for a bunch of loose cannons
it's not.
to
Especially
abuse
if they
people.
got guns and
Yeah.
mace. So.
Exactly. All right. Well, thanks so much for sharing your story.
Come on, guys. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you.